The NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out
Let's meet the starting lineup of the visiting Los Angeles Clippers at center.
Before the players love it. Thank you, David. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Morris.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. And for Portland, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the small forward.
And the Blazers, one of the best offenses in the league. I mean, their guards can make most any shot. And they've got some glass eaters to chase down any misses.
And it's good, 2 points.
Very capable of knocking it down from the mid-range. Nurkic is a guy you must stay tight on.
Leonard kicks to Morris. Back to Leonard. On the wing, Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Leonard. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Blazers rely on their guards in McCollum and Lillard to generate, Chris, a lot of their offense.
You're sometimes right, Kevin, and it can even be to a fault at times. I mean, they need more offense from their front court. Guys who can pound the ball inside and generate some easy offense around the rim.
Here's Anthony. Paul George making his last shot. Kicks it out to Lillard. Here's the 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
First personal foul.
Well, Lillard isn't afraid to get physical. In fact, he embraces any chance he can to get foul shots up. One of the game's elite scorers and closers, Damian Lillard. With the game on the line, you know what time it is. It's Dame time. Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Chris, you talk about degree of difficulty. Damian Lillard takes and makes some incredibly tough shots.
Yeah, Kevin, the percentages don't do him justice. Off the dribble, contested from deep. Lillard is always a threat.
And Nurkic gets it to go.
Well, I love Nurkic's shot selection. I mean, outstanding at getting to his spots and converting.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Leonard on the wing. A fadeaway. In the corner, it's Morris. From outside, off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
McCollum against George. Beyond the arc. Carmelo Anthony, and that's good.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
And George with this stuff.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Now here's McCollum. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. He dishes it to Collins. George against McCollum. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same, because it keeps a full context of sports when you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing and adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games in my opinion.
Very interesting. Williams, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. Top of the key is Onya. 1:16 left to play in the first quarter.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time. They got to show some more aggression.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Trent after the Clippers pick up 2. Here's Whiteside. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. 50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Shamet on the wing. And Leonard has it in the corner. Puts up a 3. Not going to go that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies. Pass to Simons. And here's Little, guarded by Jackson. Now here's Little. Defense right on him, and the layup is good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Green passes to Shamet. Left side Jackson. Pass to Shamet. Good if it goes. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomed.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people going to...
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
Yeah, I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Jermichael Green. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Williams at the 2 guard. And that one hits back iron.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that. Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the line.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Here's Green. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket, and they pick up 2.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Lasagna, the pass to Little. Green with the block. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And it's Leonard missing.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
And the pass to Lasagna. Here's Trent. Fires the 3. No good that time. Clippers trail by 5. It's stolen by Little. Here's Lasagna. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his first chance at the line tonight. That's good from Lasagna. All players look for an edge, Chris. For example, certain guys are just so deceptive with the ball in their hands. I mean, you're always looking for whatever can give you that advantage.
Two of the best. The players and people can complain as much as they want, but Harden getting to the line is genius because he knows how you're guarding him, and basically you got to stay away from him to guard him because he's so skilled. And by the way, Curry does the same thing, and Curry, one of the smaller players in the league, but always finding a way to take the contact, take the bump, but to get the scoring up. And I think as a fan, for me, I know as a fan for me, it's fun watching the cat and mouse game between the offensive player and the defender, seeing who can get the best of each other while involving the ref.
They just control their bodies so well. They know exactly what they need to do to get that call.
And it's all on the spur of the moment. I mean, this is all on the fly. Such genius to watch play.
Master Morris. Jackson in the corner. Lock at 6. Back to Morris. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Lillard against Jackson. From deep three-point range, and the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 6.
The remarkable range of Lillard. I mean, you see these shots he makes from distance with ease, effortless release.
Jackson has the open look. Outside for George. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here's Anthony from the arc. Morris with the rebound. On the wing, Jackson fires from deep. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, you don't see that very often. A wide open three is usually like a layup for him.
Lillard from deep three-point land. The long distance three is buried. Lillard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers. Morris into the lane. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's McCollum on the wing. From downtown. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Zubac finds Jackson. Clippers moving the ball around. Can't hit that one. And the Trailblazers going the other way.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for them here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Clippers trail by 8. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And that one's good. Beverly.
Well, that's what they want to see out of Beverly. Decisive basketball. Nice, aggressive drive to the cup.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah. No need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Bangs home the trifecta. McCollum's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Trailblazers. Morris dishes to Jackson. To the paint. Outside for George. There's the 3. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Checking out the Trailblazers. Kenny, what do you think? And that'll do it for us.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Collin passes to Nurkic. lot of contact on that one. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
McCollum outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Morris throws it down.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Pass to Nurkic. It's McCollum on the wing. From about 16, it's good. McCollum's got 10 points in the game.
Such a smart offensive player. When McCollum sees these shots open up, he doesn't think twice about fouling.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. Finished off the break. And now an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Williams finds Shamet. And Leonard has it in the corner. From deep. The shot that time, not on target.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Now here's Little, covered by Morris. The baseline J. And Portland again with the bucket. Clippers trail by 10. Right side Green. Outside Williams. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Whiteside. From deep, Green controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And that's 11 points for Marcus Morris.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Leonard against Collins. Offensive rebound. Pass to Trent. Here's Whiteside. Green with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Williams with a clean look. At the tip. It's good on the putback.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And it's Little atop the key. To the inside. Here's Collins. That one a little long. Clippers trail by 6. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny. Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
And here we go again. The Clippers on the break. He nails it, and we're tied up. Morris has got 6 in the quarter.
And the transition D right now, just non-existent.
Simons surveying the D. To the middle, right side, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Trailblazers have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubats is checked in for Morris. Paul George comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Lou Williams. 26 seconds left to play here in the third. There's Green with the three. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Greg, this game has come to life. They're out there battling now. We didn't see this in the first half.
And it's Lillard missing. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Anthony nowhere around. No good on the last second attempt there. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game and both teams putting up points in a hurry. The Clippers on top. They're up by 1 from Portland. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Green, Patrick Beverly out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubats, and it's George in at the small forward position. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Nurkic.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive boards.
It's Jackson with the drive. Back to Beverly. Zubats finds Jackson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets... Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said he just wants them to play faster. He feels like they've been too lackadaisical with the ball and that their aggressiveness just isn't there right now. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
On the wing, Morris. He's covered by Whiteside. Morris kicks to Beverly. Outside Jackson. Dishes to Morris. And there's the pass to Zubats. Clock at 4. Bucket is good. Morris has got the lead. Back up to 5 now for Los Angeles.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
They shoot again. Here's Whiteside. Passes it to Nurkic. Here's Anthony. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Jackson dishes to George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game. Lillard fires away from way outside. Here's Whiteside. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubats has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside. And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
In perfect timing, with a small lead, they're doing all they can to protect it.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Look, I know he wants to get them back into this, but that's not the way to do it. They need smart shots, not heaves.
Some people have already predicted future MVPs. Is there a surprise name that you think could win that MVP award, Chris, down the road?
I think there are a few surprises. I mean, we can go young with young guys like a Trae Young or Luka Doncic. We can go with guys that we expect to do it like Anthony Davis, who it just seems like he's just biting at the bit. There's a few young Celtics. There's a few young Lakers that in a few years you never know what they could do, especially the ones that are playing with great guys and watching their practice habits, game habits, stealing their recipes or stealing what they eat before the game and their health-wise. So many guys right now that are going to be in that second tier coming up. It's going to be fun to watch their growth.
It will. And a wide open look for McCollum. Off target with his three. Clippers leading by 9. Here's George. Excellent D there from Anthony. Lillard against Jackson. And that one's good. Lillard.
The future is bright for Lillard. Not only is he a scorer, but he's efficient, effective, and passionate about the game.
From 13. No good from Zubac. Portland's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. And Morris comes over to help. Stolen by Zubac. Right side against Morris. And that one's good. Beverly. And the Clippers lead by 9.
And Kevin, when Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
Here's Anthony. Lays it up and banks it in. 32 seconds left in the game. And here's McCollum for 3. They get a hand on it, but they'll get another chance. They grab their own miss. Nurkic, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
I mean, Kevin, look, he's using his height and weight well on the glass. Nurkic, effective when it comes to going after the rebound.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Here's Beverly. Leonard looking over the floor. Zubac the pass to Beverly. On the wing, Morris. Pass to Zubac. Now here's Beverly. Nobody near Leonard. Drills the three-pointer.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know it.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks, for Chris.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah.
The Staples Center downtown. And with the feeling no doubt mutual. Thanks, DA. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lopez.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4 spot. 3-pointer. He can't get that one to fall. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Back to Lopez. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. 2 good rebounding teams here tonight, Steve. They rely on second chance points.
Yeah, great offensive rebounding teams and teams that can put up second chance opportunities. They control the pace by hitting the glass. So interesting to see who wins that battle.
And Steve, if nothing else, just more shots, right?
Yes.
They'll just take more FGA.
More possessions.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. And the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
On the wing, Morris, covered by Giannis. Tipped away. George looking over the floor. Back to Morris. Leonard against Middleton. 4 on the shot clock. Leonard kicks to Morris. The Clippers keep it alive. Here's George. And no good. Great D that time from Middleton.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, the ball handling and body control for a guy that's Giannis's height, it's really impressive.
Now, here is Morris. 9-point game his last outing. Leonard, that's for 2. And again, no good by the Clippers. And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Beverley for 3. And the Clippers miss again. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lobbed up there for Lopez. The shot comes out. For the Clippers, it's been a slow start here. They trail by 3. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, and you could see the crowd's reaction with every make. It wasn't pretty.
And that one's good, George.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Now here's Matthews. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And the rejection by Zubac. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard the pass to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 6. Bucks trail by 3. Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
Now here's Middleton. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Bledsoe finds Middleton. Good on the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And George gets it to go.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Unable to get that one. Giannis with some nice D. And here's Matthews for the three. Drills it from outside.
And he is not shy about pulling the trigger from downtown. Matthews has the eye and the confidence from three-point range that you just love to see.
Now, here is George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. The pass to Middleton. He kicks it to Matthews. Pass to Lopez. Middleton outside. Back to Giannis. Fires at the elbow. And another basket for Milwaukee.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Fires the three. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George. He has 5. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Bucks ahead. They lead by 1. And we'll be back shortly. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's.
The Nigerian way, you gotta say with a D.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, in any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, we've got Ilyasova, also Antetokounmpo out there, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 2. Jackson looking around. Here's Shamet. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
DiVincenzo. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
Jackson finds Williams. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George is checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. And then for Milwaukee, Robin Lopez is checked in for Antetokounmpo. Williams comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Korver in for Pat Connaughton. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
Lopez outside. Leonard against Korver. Here's Williams. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The gravity of Kyle Korver drawing defenders and finding the open man.
And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Lopez has got the lead up to 8 now for the Bucks.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
The defense just too soft on that possession. You have to be closer and contest at the rim.
Lopez, the tip in on the offensive rebound. Lopez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
It's stolen by Morris. George finds Beverly. Outside Leonard. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. High post, Zubats. And it's George finishing it off.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Bucks passing it around. Hill passes to DiVincenzo. Williams dishes to Lopez. Shoots over Zubats, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubats. Landry Shamet comes in for Morris. Lou Williams is checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Williams. Chris Middleton comes in for Kyle Korver. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for George Hill. Bledsoe for 3, and the 3 ball is good.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Lou Williams.
Good recognition by Lou. Sees a crack in the defense, has the speed to exploit it.
The Bucks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
That free throw missing, and the Bucks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Good on the second free throw.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Lopez with the steal. Passes to Connaughton. Here's Ilyasova, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Williams kicks to Jackson. Fires for 3. No good there.
So much of rebound is about positioning. Effort. No lack of it right there.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period. And that's a...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
They've got Ivica Zubats. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Leonard with the bucket. Smitty, you played with the U.S. national team. Would you say they allow more physicality in FIBA than they do in the NBA?
No, I think, Kevin, different parts of the game, there's more physicality. Like on the free throw line, boxing out. Like going up for rebounds, they let a lot more than we're used to go. But usually the NBA players adjust, and they find their way.
5 to shoot. Good on the shot. Giannis has got the lead up to 12 now for the Bucks.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling. I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball. Very sparing with his turnovers.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Middleton outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Morris. Leonard against Middleton. Lopez with the block.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
And the Clippers making a change here. Green's checked in. Leonard with no one around. Misses off the right iron. And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all three levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Beverly the pass to Morris. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Williams, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Clippers trail by 12. Right side, George. Morris looking over the floor. On the wing, Williams. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Williams has got 7 points in the game.
Not to be denied, you see the defender closing out. Williams pays him no mind.
Lopez passes to Williams. And the dunk by Lopez.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And then for Milwaukee, Ilyasova, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Kyle Korver.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
It's stolen by Green. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Have to respect how Lou plays. Wiry, strong, no stranger to the +1.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a score than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
DiVincenzo passes to Ilyasova. Launches a three. Nailed from three-point land. DiVincenzo's got his second basket of the night.
Nice dime to the open man. George Hill, more of a combo guard, making things happen right there.
Jackson misses.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
The story from beyond the arc. Here's who's leading in that category across the NBA. Number 1, George Hill.
He is as automatic as they come from behind the arc. And that shooting ability makes him an option every trip down the floor.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for JaMychal Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. George is checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Here's Leonard. The shot from the low post is good. Leonard's got 11 points.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
And it's Connaughton missing. Clippers trail by 9. Leonard inside. Ilyasova on him. Leonard on the wing. He's got 11. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Lopez. Matthews comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Hill. Out to Morris. There's the triple. Rebound, Milwaukee. Outside Matthews. Bledsoe for three. The shot, no good. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Bucks, Matthews and Middleton, the two wings. Antetokounmpo out there with Ilyasova. And it's Bledsoe in at the one spot.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Jackson finds Beverly. Back to Jackson. Leonard on the wing. This one for three. Good on the three-point shot. Leonard's got it back down to within single digits for the Clippers.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Beverly against Matthews. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Talented, opportunistic. When Leonard gets hot, it can last for long stretches.
Jackson against Bledsoe. And Matthews kicks to Middleton. Pass to Ilyasova. At the elbow, it's Antetokounmpo. Matthews passes to Bledsoe. Here's Ilyasova, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And the Bucks lead by 11. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Here's George. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
That's how you set the table, and everybody gets to eat.
Out to the wing. And Ilyasova kicks to Giannis. Middleton outside. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. The pass to Antetokounmpo. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
Well, this is what you're trying to do, put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
Yeah, easy call.
No good on that.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter, someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
Morris is checked in for Jackson. Lopez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Wesley Matthews. Leonard, and the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 7 now in this quarter.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
The tray. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Back to Bledsoe. Lopez left side. Here's DiVincenzo. Traps in the tray. And And the Bucks lead by 7. Leonard, that's for 2. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Middleton outside. Shoots. Milwaukee the rebound. And no good that time. LA has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Yes!
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Bucks have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Passes it to Bledsoe. Paul George with the steal. From the arc. It doesn't go for him. And Milwaukee the other way now. There's the lob, and Antetokounmpo up high to stuff the alley-oop.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
DiVincenzo passes to Bledsoe. Down low, stolen by Zubac.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
They have very little time to run a play, and then, of course, they also need to foul.
Here's Giannis, and the rejection by Zubac. A deep 3 from Leonard. Misses the 3. So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this one. They seem to relish their... David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started.
And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived and well, they are fun to watch. Thank you, David. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle.
Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And Milwaukee has possession. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The efficiency of Giannis. Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Here's McCollum following the basket by Giannis. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Now Matthews. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lopez. Great positioning on the putback.
Because of that big body and 7-foot frame, Lopez a handful to keep off the glass.
Lillard against Bledsoe. Lillard dishes to Collins. And here's McCollum for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor and then instant and finishing on the break.
Inside, the kick out to Matthews. Back to Lopez. Middleton outside. The pass to Bledsoe. And Giannis throws it down.
Decent at spotting his teammates. You know, Bledsoe is good, I think, at reading the defense and then recognizing when he's got an open teammate.
Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Collins trying to break free. Lillard again missing. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Bucks. It's a 5-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Super quick in transition. The Greek Freak jumping down the throat of the defense with that speed.
Matthews against McCollum. Buries the long-range jumper. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But, Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in-game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. Yeah, I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled it.
Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Portland also making some changes. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. Little comes in for Collins. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
Middleton is most known, quite honestly, for his scoring ability. He's a sniper from outside that you can't afford to lose contact with.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shot. Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Pass to Little. To the middle. Here's Whiteside. Buries it from about 10 feet away. And the Bucks with possession here. Lopez passes to DiVincenzo. Dishes it to Middleton. Outside Hill. And here's Middleton. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And here's Little following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton. And the shot goes in.
And being that he's 6'8", Hezonja is really a menace inside. He gets his shot up easily in the paint area.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Hill. Pass to Little. Just 3 on the clock, and he makes good on the way up.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had on this game has been minimal. We come back right after this.
That's something I relish. It's something unique. It's something that takes...
And Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense, on every possession.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Bucks, Robin Lopez out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Hill, and it's Connaughton in at the 3 slot. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Little. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Well, there's on Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
Now here's Lopez. No points in the game yet for him. Bucks passing it around. Shot clock at 3. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
A guy that doesn't give up on the glass. Lopez, a real force at rebounding the ball. And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Williams comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Corver in for Dante DiVincenzo. No good from Connaughton. Trailblazers trail by 11. Little with the ball. Williams picks him up. The shot's good.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Corver passes to Lopez. Left side Williams. To the inside. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Well, as we come down the stretch this season, these are the big men having the most success from the floor since the All-Star break. The 4th spot held by Hassan Whiteside.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine.
A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Matthews comes in for Pat Connaughton. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for George Hill. Lillard misses. Bucks leading by 9. Bledsoe right side. Passes it to Matthews. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Well, Milwaukee is exactly what a small market success story looks like.
Yeah, you know, a great eye for talent and also some good fortune in landing a player like Giannis in the draft. And small market teams have to home grow their superstars. Then they made smart moves surrounding Giannis with talent and an outstanding coach. The front office deserves buku credit for how they've turned this team into a finals contender.
Here's Lillard following the bucket by the Bucks. To the paint, here's Nurkic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Stolen by Collins. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyle Korver. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Williams and stolen by Lillard. And here's Anthony for 3. Rebounded by Korver. Milwaukee leading by 7. Here's Giannis. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Now here's Lillard. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Lopez with the block.
You could see Lopez tracking that shot the whole way. Nice awareness from him and a terrific rejection as well.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Bledsoe against McCollum. There's the pass to Collins. Lillard, right side. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
Commendations to Wesley Matthews for the defense. Always hustling and scrapping, doing whatever he can.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Milwaukee came out looking very confident. Amped up and ready off the tip. They immediately... And that's a wrap.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward.
Hey, offensive rebound, positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. and Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Here's Nurkic. All right, Clark, game is on the line. One free throw to make to win a big game. Who is up there for you?
I'd go with your colleague and mine.
Oh, yeah.
But since he's no longer in uniform today, I will go with Steph Curry and Malcolm Brogdon.
Great names. Here's Anthony. Lopez with the block. And they're able to recover. And Nurkic gets it to go.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Inside. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. We'll look at the Bucks. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings. The guys showing no signs of letting up.
And I think for Milwaukee, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lillard attacking. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
And let's take a look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's numbers. Just an incredible month of basketball. Averaging about 27 points per, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. And you can't help but be impressed by his numbers.
You know, guys, I think he's the engine of this offense. He makes them go. Without his scoring, I think they'd be a totally different team.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Now here's McCollum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
Marvin Williams is checked in for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And Portland with a change here, too. Trent's checked in. DiVincenzo passes to Connaughton. And the 3 off target. And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
Here's Azania. Out of hand on it.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team. I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Connaughton passes to Williams. Here's DiVincenzo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Connaughton. And a miss there on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 16. Here's Azania, and it's good off the glass.
And Hazonia loves pulling up off the dribble. When the defense gives him space, he rises with no hesitation.
Connaughton passes to DiVincenzo. Hill has the open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Hill's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Here's Simons. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 1:07 left to play in the third. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by McCollum. And it's Williams throwing it down.
I tell you what, the energy Williams showed there paid off on the offensive glass.
McCollum outside. Pass to Simons. Passes it to Trent. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And it's Simons missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
No one near Whiteside as he lets it go. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Bucks on top, opening up a huge gap. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee.
Last week, you got to give a little more.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Bledsoe is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. That's the group. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 8 rebounds in this game. Now the dish to Middleton. Here's Korver for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Korver's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Bledsoe dishes to Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe kicks to Korver. To the wing on the left. Takes a 3. No good from Bledsoe. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. The three-pointer is right on target.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
On the wing, Korver. Back to Bledsoe. Middleton outside. Bledsoe at the elbow. Middleton on the wing. Antetokounmpo against Anthony. The 3 from Korver. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
Yeah, it really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
Little gets the bucket.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
McCollum against Korver, and there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. Really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Takes the 13-footer. That one misses. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Little passes to Horde. It's tipped. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. And if you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
Here's Adams. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. A different look for Milwaukee. Marvin Williams is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Eric Bledsoe. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Mario Hezonja is checked in for Little. And the pass to DiVincenzo. It's Brown on the wing. Here's DiVincenzo. Williams passes to DiVincenzo. That three off the mark. And here's Portland. Now Hezonja. And the rebound goes to Lopez. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Here's Williams. DiVincenzo passes to Connaughton. 6 to shoot. Brown outside. The three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. For three. Can't get it to fall. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. They won this game. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
same time. Moving the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, Your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face and credit, hold up. Ooh, that's clear, need a minute, need a plan to revive. Let's get a shot pressing. They say what I said, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. The beaches of Santa Monica and Venice, not too far from. And let's.
Well, Damian.
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. Leonard attacking.
There's no way he even felt that contact. That's what makes Leonard so tough to defend on the dribble drive.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against Golden State. Lillard. They get it back. Here's Nurkic. Lays it up off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Now, here's George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with, the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right? I mean,
yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
Count that one. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Lillard from outside. Morris with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Knocked away. Stolen by McCollum. Kicks to Lillard. The pass to Nurkic. And it's McCollum in the corner. Anthony against Leonard. 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. 5th best, the Trailblazers.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
Outside Anthony. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And here's McCollum for 3. It's hauled in by Beverly. Los Angeles leading by 4. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Lillard attacking. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
One thing about Lillard is he can go with either hand when he's attacking the rim, and that makes it very difficult to defend.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play. That'll put Paul George on the line. It goes up. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. And getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
A nice shot by Simons.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Morris with the bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Trent. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. They trail by 7. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
Yeah, I remember last time they met up, they just got ran out of the building. They weren't too happy with some of the calls in that game either.
Yeah, they wound up with a lot of foul trouble, but that's on them. The officials were calling it tight, and they never really adjusted. They kept committing fouls, kept complaining, and the game kept getting out of control.
Right side, no good. Los Angeles leading by 9. Williams with the ball. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Jackson kicks to Shamet. Here's Green. Left side Jackson. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead by 9. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian.
Be a star in your role. I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent. Let's play hard. Let's do it.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
If they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Then it's Little, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Great D that time from Green.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Cuts off the pass.
Well, the instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal. Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down. You go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons, where they've placed in the Western Conference.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisitions.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Back to Leonard. It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Here's a look at which players have been the most adept at finding and hitting high-percentage shots since the All-Star break. The fourth spot held by Hassan Whiteside.
His touch around the bucket has been outstanding. I mean, he has missed very few of the good looks he's got.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Anthony can't hit.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Shamit, that's tipped. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Trailblazers. On Sunday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for that matchup with the Mavericks, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Anthony, the pass to Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Anthony dishes to McCollum. Pass to Whiteside. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. Well, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically. But certainly, every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers. And George kicks to Beverly. Back to George. To the right side. Kicks it out to Leonard. No one near him. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup. Leonard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Out to Anthony. Over in the corner, Lillard. Sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got 7.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Chalk up 2 there. And that's now 9 points for George.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Lillard. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
That's more like it, rounding into form after a very, very difficult first quarter.
Leonard looking around. The putback. It's good on the putback. Trailblazers trail by 12. Here's Lillard. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
Lillard way outside. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Always a threat. Three-point land that time was seriously expanded.
And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. From the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong. You could see the daggers in their eye. And that'll...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
Now, Paul George right now invested fully in this game and on both ends of the floor. Relentless on offense thus far.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Up again. And Collins is right there. Collins has got his second bucket tonight.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Collins against Morris. Back to Leonard. Clock at 6. Zubac, the pass to Beverley. Shoots over Lillard. And it's Beverley missing. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 11-point game.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
From deep. Morris with the rebound.
They're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited, he ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling, and Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Landry Shamet comes in for George. It's McCollum on the wing. He's covered by Shamet. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at Los Angeles. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Trailblazers. Right now, quite a ways down below.
And when you look at Portland, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, Greg, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure.
Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And Nurkic around there, big and right on top of the cylinder.
Beverley deciding where to go with it. Pass to Shamet. Takes the 3. They get it back. Out to Morris. Fires for 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Morris has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Anthony dishes to McCollum. The 15-footer. Here's Nurkic, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Out to Morris. There's 1:47 left here in the 3rd quarter. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and Whiteside sends it back.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Pass to Hazanya. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Nurkic against Green. Now, here's Nurkic. He's got 6. Whiteside, the pass to Nurkic. It's slammed in by Whiteside.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to when he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
To the inside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Shamet on the wing. 41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Back to Williams. On the wing, Green. That shot off. Now Portland takes it the other way.
Pick up the pace. Get the 2-for-1 here.
Be smart, but execute at the same time. Let's see what they do.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And Georgia subbed in for Williams. Collins checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. It's good from long range.
Guys, he can't miss. I swear, he was trying to miss that. He did not miss. That means he can't miss.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Back to Jackson. Got it off in time, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Clippers ahead, up by 10. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Whiteside is out there with Collins. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard. Lillard attacking. The 10-footer finds the target.
And we could be having one of those nights where he becomes the one-man show for his ball club. You just don't need to tell him to keep scoring. He'll do it.
Now, here is George. T right on him. He kicks to Jackson. Here's Zubac. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. From past the arc. They get the rebound. And Whiteside stays right with it. Whiteside's got it back down to single digits for the Trailblazers.
Love the effort from Whiteside there to stay after it and find a way to slam that one back off the miss.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And the second chance effort by Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Lillard attacking, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, this is the kind of shot selection that you got to be on board with Lillard. Tenacious scorer, but I love the efficient opportunity there.
Leonard on the wing. Out left of the wing. Here's Zubac. He dishes it to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. 13 points for Kawhi Leonard. Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard scanning the floor. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. Shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Jackson. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. McCollum's checked in. Portland moving the ball around. There's the three. And the three ball is good. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game.
Just so hard defensively to stay after McCollum. He can be elusive, and then he can score from anywhere.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Left side, Leonard. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
And finished off by Collins.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Leonard finds George. The offensive rebound. Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. On the wing, George. Second chance shot. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game.
Paul George getting after it. They're helping out the teammate to try to secure one a second time.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low, here's Morris. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And it's a 10-point Clipper lead.
And you see the body control. Morris taking the hit there, but still able to complete the play.
And it's Lillard missing. And so it's Leonard with it. They'll bring it up for the Clippers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Clippers.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you. Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote. Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope. Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Leonard with no one around. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And the Clippers lead by 13. And a deep three from Lillard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here's Leonard from 3. They grab their own miss. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as
Milwaukee was... It's Friday night, and lock. Hey, Dave. Well, you're right, D.A. It'll be scary. Thanks. And here's a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for Milwaukee, Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wing. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position. Now, here's Zubac. Following the miss by Marcus Morris, just 4 to shoot. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. Giannis against Morris. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. And here's Matthews for the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Oh, Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever place locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys starting to get nights off.
Zubac, no good.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
And here's the fast break. Beverley deciding where to go with it. Outside, George. Matthews against Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Looking at the last game for the Bucks, it was a loss to the Boston Celtics. The Bucks working the ball around. Passes it to Bledsoe. Middleton outside. Pass to Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up for the finish. Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation. Always up there among the leaders in steals. Leonard gets his team out in transition.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. All going up court. Leonard kicks to Beverley. In the corner, it's Morris. Zubac in the post. Lopez covering. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Antetokounmpo against Morris. 3-pointer. Antetokounmpo, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
It was a terrific performance we got a chance to watch. They got into a nice rhythm and made smart adjustments along the way.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Beverley finds Morris. Here's Zubac. Right side, George. Over Matthews. Again, Los Angeles.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Now here's Middleton. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Morris dishes to Beverley. Out to Morris. Back to Beverley. Pass to Zubac. Morris outside. It's Solomon to Kumbo. Fast break, Milwaukee. The pass to Bledsoe. The dish to Giannis. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Man, he has come out focused and efficient. Love what he's doing at the offensive end.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Morris. Williams, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Jackson after the basket by Milwaukee. That one goes. Count it.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
And Ilyasova kicks to Hill. And Giannis gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 7 points in the game.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat. And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Milwaukee on top, up by 1. And we'll get going.
The worst I've ever heard was my...
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Williams is out there with Jackson. Then there's Landry Shamet, and it's Green in at center. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always done. Thank you. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lopez.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Williams comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Korver in for Pat Connaughton.
The gravity of Kyle Korver drawing defenders and finding the open man.
Over in the corner, Green. Outside Leonard. Back to Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Great initiative from JaMychal Green on the drive to the bucket. A skilled finisher around the rim.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And for a long time, JaMychal Green was mostly an energy player. But he's expanded his game lately.
Worked on developing an outside shot. He can drop a few threes from the power forward spot now, Kevin. He still has a high motor. You love the activity around the rim.
The Clippers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
So many NBA players now have their talented children playing in the NBA or in college and will soon be in the NBA. Smitty, whose kids stand out to you as potential superstars?
Hey, Kevin, Dale Curry, for sure.
No, wait. Okay, I could have gotten that one. Steph Curry. Who else, though? Who else catches your eye?
I think up and coming, LeBron's kid, Shaq's son, D-Wade, and that's what you love. You see a lot of these guys, and it's great for me. I remember when they were little, Kevin, and now seeing them winning championships, being able to play on that stage is unbelievable.
Korver passes to Williams. The 3 from Hill. Hits it from three-point range.
How about that? Hill showing some big-time range.
Williams finds Morris. Now, here's Shamet. Outside, Green. Back to Shamet. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Morris. And too long on the shot. The Bucks trail. Beyond the arc. Hill, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Passes to DiVincenzo. Outside Korver. He kicks it to Hill. Back to Korver. Williams passes to DiVincenzo. Outside Hill. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Korver, no luck. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Why don't we now look at the league's highest scoring teams? The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Bucks number 1, 4th the Clippers.
You know, both these teams can beat you in so many ways, but it's usually by outscoring you. They possess a whole lot of offensive firepower.
Outside Hill. Drains the three-pointer. Hill's got 6 points in the quarter.
That's where Hill really excels as a shooter in those catch-and-shoot opportunities.
They get it back. Out to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
Clippers trail by 3. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of the game. Williams can't get it to go. Milwaukee's gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. The 3 from Korver. Milwaukee getting another chance here. It's not going to go for him. LA has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The drive by Jackson, banked in off the glass. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite. A big asset off the dribble.
Here's DiVincenzo. Hill kicks to Korver. Lopez right side. It's back to Hill. No good on the last second attempt there.
Tremendous.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back to the second half of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They saw their lead grow to a high water. And that'll do it for our half.
I've been tired of the useless. I've been tired of the using. I ain't even playing this league.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Yeah, in the first half, he took on the role of playmaker. I think it surprised the defense a little bit. Gave this offense a different dimension.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. The Clippers trail. George passes to Beverly. Here's Zubac. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Outside for Bledsoe. Off target from three-point range. And Los Angeles guys shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them.
And this is what Beverly likes. Playing at a high pace, making his presence felt in the open court.
And that one's good by Giannis.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
A 3 from Leonard. Drains it from beyond the arc. Leonard's got 5.
A multi-talented scorer with range. You want to get Leonard as many touches as possible.
Middleton finds Antetokounmpo. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Giannis has got it all tied up now for Milwaukee.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
No good from Bledsoe. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Ilyasova comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Wesley Matthews. Sinks that one from the post. He has 5.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And he makes that one.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
Middleton inside the three-point line. They get it back. That one's not going to go. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Back to Beverly, releases, and Leonard has it in the corner. And another 3 for the Clippers. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Pass to Ilyasova, Bledsoe right side. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Connaughton kicks to Middleton. Lopez against Zubac. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback. Ilyasova's got his first 2 points of the night.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Leonard, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Smitty, when things get heated between 2 players, we often see a double technical call. But should the instigator be penalized more if it can be determined who was the instigator?
I agree, Kevin. I just don't like sometimes when 2 guys get into it and you just automatically call a double technical. Because of strategy-wise, if I was playing Kevin and their best player had a technical already, I would get into it just so I can call a double technical and hopefully he'll be gone.
Now, wait a minute. Did you really? Honestly?
No, we did. I mean, I think that back in the day, you saw like Patrick Ewing, for instance. He had a tech. We would just send somebody out there just to see a couple plays. If we can get him thrown out, especially now, if you just call a double technical the way they do, a lot of star players have been gone.
Bucks trail by 3. Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova. Lopez kicks to Connaughton. Korver against Leonard to the middle. Ilyasova dishes to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Shamet the pass to Leonard. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside, George. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Leonard with the bucket.
He is in the zone tonight. Kawhi is carrying this offense.
And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Here's Connaughton. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Ilyasova.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And George kicks to Green. And it's blocked. Bledsoe outside. Here's Ilyasova. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Ilyasova's got his 3rd basket of the night. Here's George. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Bucks lead by 1. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline.
Let's be the one that just plays hard.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. The Clippers shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams, and it's Green in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Free throw no good for Giannis.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
Williams dishes to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Hill. Matthews against George. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Giannis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 3-point Bucks lead.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Here's George. Williams with the block. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Leonard with the steal. And Williams, here we go. Jackson, good, great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got his 4th assist in this one.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
And there's the pass to George. Left side Jackson. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And now Williams running the floor all by himself. And he gets it back. Kicks it to Hill. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Left side, Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Leonard. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 3. Leonard the pass to George. On the wing, George. Back to Green. Passes it to George. And George with the stuff.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Pass to Williams. He feeds it to Giannis. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. Outside, George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Williams. Chris Middleton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for George Hill. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Green. Morris comes in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. Kicks it down to Middleton. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Matthews. Matthews has got 3 assists now in this one. George passes to Leonard. It's George on the wing. Over in the corner, Zubac. Outside Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from 14. And the Clippers miss again.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Nobody near Leonard. Sinks the triple.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
They get the rebound. Here's Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Bledsoe with it. Leonard picks him up. Giannis left side. Second shot opportunity. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Leonard and Middleton with the block, and he's able to get it back. Morris looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. Back to Morris. It falls!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Here's Giannis. It's good. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And that was the right call. But when you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Here's Leonard. Yes!
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Lopez finds Matthews. Back to Middleton. Tries again. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. Here is Matthews. Defended by Beverly. Here's George. Good!
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. This win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lopez.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. And that one drops for him.
Assist goes to Eric Bledsoe.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Lillard. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. Another year of record-breaking offense. Why is it, Chris, that great offense so often beats great defense?
Because defense is not about stopping you. It's about making you take the option that the defense wants. And so if we make a guy that doesn't shoot jumpers very well, if we stop all the penetration and make him shoot a jumper and he knocks it down, you just got to shake his hand. Sometimes it's great D, better offense. And we know this is a scoring league. And you know, you can play the best defense in the world and have your hand up and, matter of fact, smack them in the face. But Curry, Harden, LeBron, they're still going to knock that shot down.
Smack him in the face, you say?
Oh, I've tried that. I've done that before. And it doesn't work with the great ones. No. Just tap them on the forehead while they're shooting a jump shot and look the other way. They'll still knock it down.
Middleton and Anthony sends it back. Here's McCollum. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet.
What a dead-eye McCollum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
Matthews finds Bledsoe. Middleton the pass to Lopez. Shoots over Nurkic. Back to Lopez. Here's Giannis. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. McCollum fires from way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
Collins with some nice D.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
That one good for 2. And that's now 7 points for C.J. McCollum.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20-25-5 game, the Bosnian Beast, making a name for himself.
Lillard attacking. Count it.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
1:49 left here in the first quarter. Matthews finds Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. McCollum from deep three-point land. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
Here's a look at some stats for Damian Lillard. An amazing run for him the second half of the season. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's oozing with confidence. I mean, and it shows. Every time he steps on the floor, he expects to dominate.
Got a piece of it. And oh, here we go. Lopez has got it, the fast break chance. Milwaukee the rebound. And staying with the play, Middleton.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's McCollum. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got 12 in the game.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And the pick and roll tandem of Damian Lillard and Jusuf Nurkic, one of the most unstoppable in our league.
Yeah, Nurkic as a role man, not only a scorer, but also a capable passer, too. They had the second most assists on the team last season. He and Lillard have mastered the nuances of the pick and roll.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. Simons, the pass to Whiteside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Passes it to DiVincenzo. And they double up Giannis. Goes back up. Here's Ilyasova. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. There it is, his second make of the game. He's missed 5.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Lets it go from deep. But they recover it. 1 second left. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Portland. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points and will be...
I'm just trying to focus on the...
I think he's already a top 5 player. With his skill set and physical tools, he can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
Hazonia at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Then it's Little, and it's Trent in a shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Inside, here's Hazonia, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts. Last season making the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with a multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level.
And finish off by Hazonia.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. From deep three-point range. Oh, and he drills it! He drills it!
Oh, can you say range? Can you say range?
Yeah.
Connects from three-point range.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
It's tipped. Here's Connaughton. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Portland.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Hill. Simons, the pass to Trent. Goes up on the wing. Ilyasova comes up with the rebound.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the deep playing soft like that.
Another shot. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Hill kicks to Ilyasova. 6 to shoot. Some changes here for the Bucks. Williams comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Korver in for Dante DiVincenzo. Nurkic with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And finish off by Hazonia.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Williams passes to Connaughton. Three-pointer. He can't get that one. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing them.
Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Boston Celtics. Stolen by McCollum. And now Portland on the break. Here's Hazonia. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. Chris, we talk about perimeter scoring becoming more prevalent. The biggest shift coming from bigs shooting more threes.
Yeah, they are now counted upon to space the floor. And the better you can shoot, the better you can space the floor. And then more importantly, if you can knock down that three, you become a triple threat because now you can shoot there, maybe you can dribble and get by, or because of your height, you see different passing lanes, and you can be a better passer, getting your teammates involved, and they like that spacing as well.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Outside Hill to end the run, and he sinks the layup. Hill's got his first basket.
And always looking for the high percentage bucket. Hill got that one right to the rim.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Bucks trail by 21. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Hill, very comfortable in the open floor. He can go.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies. No good on the shot. The Bucks go the other way with him.
He hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. Still none so far here in the second.
And the basket by Hill.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him.
Lillard against Hill. Lillard, the pass to Anthony. Unloads from 13. The shot misses. Up in time. He's off on that one. And so it's Portland out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 15 points and 2 steals. And that should do it.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Yeah, he's busting his tail, making his presence known. A great job defensively so far.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And Milwaukee, looking at who they got. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low.
It doesn't take much for Lopez to dunk it. All he needs is the right positioning inside.
Here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. He dishes it to Collins. Fast break, Milwaukee. And it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist by Matthews. Matthews has got 3 assists in the game. Lillard outside. The feed now to Nurkic. Good D by Lopez.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
And along with the association, we've seen the growth of the G League, the WNBA, the 2K League. Chris, which of those have you followed the most?
Well, first let me say I should have been drafted by the 2K League because I'm really nice. Matter of fact, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I will beat you in the game that I'm talking on right now. But secondly,
I know you will.
I love the WNBA from Lisa Leslie, the Cheryl Swoops to my girl Candace Parker. Are you kidding me? The skill set of these ladies, oh, they have game. I can't say I follow one the most because even the G League and their All-Star game I follow. Right now it's a great time for hoops, and all three of these leagues I'm in.
Fred passes to Collins. And he banks in the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
This is where you want Collins to get the ball. He's a throwback kind of big man who drives inside.
Here's Lopez. And contact on the... And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Chris Middleton.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Simons, guarded by Bledsoe. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade, a chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Trent passes to Collins. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Offensive rebound. Here's Little. Banked in off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. Uncovered, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Here's Simons, guarded by Bledsoe, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Eric Bledsoe. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game. Williams, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Korver comes in for Wesley Matthews. Bucks trail by 5. Here's DiVincenzo, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Out to the right wing. Pass to Anthony. For the 3. Portland with a new 14. McCollum from deep 3-point land. The Trailblazers rebound. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. The pass to Williams. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And Williams uses his athleticism yet again. A remarkable finish.
And we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Just a terrific game so far. It's the Trailblazers leading by a point. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole field.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Nurkic, and it's Anthony in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
One of the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA, C.J. McCollum. I mean, you wonder, though, would he be even better lined up as a point guard? I'm not sure. But the defense has been his shortcoming. At 6'3", his size is better suited for the one.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
Star just keeps rising for Damian Lillard. Heck of a talent with tremendous range.
See, Webb, you think about McCollum as a point guard, his assists have dropped 3 seasons running.
Yeah, Kevin, but that's because his role on this team is to score. I mean, he's so skilled. He can get other guys involved, but you want him putting it in the bucket. Who's a better option than him besides Dame Lillard? On another team, though, with the chance to start at point guard, I wouldn't mind seeing that adjustment.
And Lillard gets it to go.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. And Whiteside sends it back. Lillard outside. Latrey. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Trailing by 4. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. No good from outside.
Oh, that's just a lucky break for D. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
Williams. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here's McCollum. Great D that time from Middleton.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D. Avoiding fouling and gotten the perfect position to alter the shot.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
And staying with the play, Anthony.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Bledsoe dishes to Williams. Giannis is double. And stolen by Lillard. And here's McCollum for 3. They get it again.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Anthony with the block. And they get it back. And that one falls for Middleton. Collins checked in for Nurkic. And then for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Williams. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Kyle Korver. Middleton hits them both.
Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
Trailblazers leading by 4. McCollum outside. At the elbow, it's Whiteside. Lillard from outside. But they get it back.
That's made a huge difference in this game, if you ask me. Their offensive rebounding has been sensational.
5 to shoot. To the left side wing. Whiteside finds Collins. And the 3 off target. Bucks trail by 4. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Lillard attacking, and that one is good. Lillard's got 7 points for the quarter.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays, but he knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
Here's Giannis. That one wide left. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard the pass to Collins. McCollum outside. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. 1:07 left in the fourth. Outside for Bledsoe. Shoots the three. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
You can see the evolution of Giannis as a passer. He's gotten good at thinking for himself and his teammates.
Bledsoe against Lillard. Nurkic up top. 5 on the clock. Anthony right side. Puts it up.
It counts. And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Middleton finds Bledsoe. Here's Giannis. Stolen by McCollum. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Anthony looking it over. It's Nurkic top of the key. Shot clock at 5. Portland needs to get off a shot, and Portland turns it over again.
An easy pass turns into a terrible turnover. And that's a possession wasted.
And stolen by Lillard. On deep. Off on that one. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and